This is one of the coolest things that I have ever seen, and it's like all of my childhood dreams being realized. So let's check out the awesomeness right here. Stumbled across Detective Pikachu film set props in central London. I mean, to almost anyone just kind of passing by, there's nothing special about it. It's like, oh, this is just some like weirdness. But once you look closely, it really gets crazy. We have the Rhyme City Police Department Human Pokemon Partnership. We got the Victini, there's a Charizard. I don't know what other Pokemon that is on the emblem. That just kind of looks like a medal or something. And that is crazy. It's something real from the Pokemon universe. Something tangible in our world. And that's why I love it so much. That's why it's one of the coolest things ever, because what do we all want as kids? Well, what do most of us still want now? We want Pokemon to be real, we want to live in the Pokemon world, and we also want a live-action Pokemon movie. Now, I don't see, like, Detective Pikachu isn't necessarily what we were all expecting, but I think that's just one way that, you know, Creatures, Game Freak, Nintendo, that they felt a good way would be doing this, because Detective Pikachu, as a concept, is people interacting with Pokemon. It still can work as a good film idea. It's not like, yeah, how would we represent a real-life Pokemon movie? Will we do it like Pokemon Generations? Will we do it like Pokemon Origins? Will we have a completely unique setup, you know, a new region, or at least like a new area, new characters, people we've never seen before? Or would it just be Ash Ketchum? You know, we get the Ash Ketchum of the real world playing Pokemon, and I think Nintendo, Game Freak, they know that probably wouldn't be received well because of the anime, so you might as well take a story that has a lot more promise and then adapt it into live action instead of making something totally predictable. Either way, it's going to be live action Pokemon movie, so I don't really see too many problems right there. And then looking at the props, it's like, oh, it's real. That's so cool. And then we can see this. Look at this bulletin board. That bulletin board is so hype. It feels so natural. It feels so lifelike. It's great. And it seems as cheesy as something as you would find in the real world, but also with like that real Pokemon feel to, you know, we have police, public notice, graffiti is undesirable, notice something, say something, join us, the Rhyme City Police Department needs you, and then just like numbers and stuff. I love it. It's so cool. Welcome to Police Plaza. In the great spirit of Rhyme City, all humans and Pokemon are welcome at all times of police. See, I just want something real that says humans and Pokemon welcome. No skateboarding, no rollerblading, no cycling. So good. Please note that images are being recorded for the purpose of public safety, crime prevention, detection, and property management. Information is available from the Police Plaza management team on that phone number. And then we got the vehicles, guys. We have the Pokemon police vehicles in the real world. And fortunately, like, we got this right here. Want to see what's under the tarps? Oh, we get to see it, guys. That's the Pokemon World Police. Dude, that's some cool stuff right there. I love it. So I'm excited for that. I haven't really had too much care about the movie. I've just kind of been seeing some information. That's mostly because it's a very surreal and strange experience. Because I remember hearing about Detective Pikachu as a game, as a movie, and now it's like, oh, all of this is actually happening and kind of real. When you first hear about Detective Pikachu movie, it's like, you're pranking me, right? Are you sure about that one? But it actually, I'm not against it. I think it can be pretty cool. You know, Detective Pikachu will be released May 10th, 2019. So it's actually not too long off for a movie production with the anticipated release and also the information we have about it. In April 2016, it was reported by The Hollywood Reporter that Warner Bros. Pictures, Sony Pictures, Legendary Pictures were in negotiations for live-action film rights to the Japanese child franchise Pokemon. I remember hearing about that. It's like, yeah, we had negotiations. Something is going on when it comes to a Pokemon movie. Later in July, Deadline.com reported that Legendary was nearing close to a deal for the success of Pokemon Go. Pokemon Company has signed a deal together to make the first live-action film in the franchise, which would be based off of Detective Pikachu. So, I mean, that's a Pokemon Company. Creatures, Pokemon Company, Game Freak, they're all coming in. They're just like, all right, Detective Pikachu seems like the way to go for a cool movie. So that goes back to 2016. Now we're in 2017. It's kind of stepping up. And then November 2017, Justice Smith was cast as a lead human role with Catherine Newton to co-star after the intense session of reading and testing actresses. And then I remember seeing this. Like, this was actually some of the first that I heard about the Detective Pikachu movie in over a year. Ryan Reynolds to star in Pokemon movie Detective Pikachu. Exclusive. But the big problem with this is that we still didn't know much about Detective Pikachu. It was a Japanese eShop download, and it was also a prequel to the main release game. So even the information on Detective Pikachu itself hasn't really done much. People were waiting for Detective Pikachu 2, because it did have a pretty good reception in Japan, and we were also waiting for when we actually receive it outside Japan. Fortunately, all of that information has come to us recently. Pokemon Company recently announcing Detective Pikachu, also having a trailer on YouTube and all that stuff. It's like building up the hype for Detective Pikachu and saying like it's going to be a full game. You know, apparently, and that was another thing that caught me off guard. Is when I saw this, I was like, oh, so we're just finally getting the eShop download outside of Japan. But the information actually goes a lot deeper. It's an expanded version of the original Detective Pikachu Birth of a New Duo. Now, I didn't play the game, I didn't watch any Let's Plays, I didn't do any information, I didn't know if there was a cliffhanger, I didn't know if that people bought the game or if the game was played with the anticipation that there was supposed to be a sequel or something. So yeah, with that, you know, it was released exclusively in Japan, February 3rd, 2016. So 2016 happened, February, then April there's the movie talks, Pokemon Go's a massive success, people wants the right to Pokemon stuff, and now we have the Detective Pikachu movie coming out over a year from now. And yeah, that's it. So players who purchase Birth of a Duo will be able to receive a 1,500 yen discount on the full Detective Pikachu game. So it's being shown as the full game. You know, we have February 3rd, 2016, Birth of a New Duo, March 23rd and 24th. So we just kind of end up at the global release for all of this, and that's pretty cool. And it's going to be a much more expanded game from all of the information that I've been seeing. A movie featuring the character will also be titled Detective Pikachu, will be released in 2019. So there's a lot of interesting things that are going on with this game. It went from like, I guess it was just a fun side project, you know, let's make a spin-off game where there's a talking Pikachu that solves mysteries and crime. Okay, I'm down. It kind of expands upon, you know, the international police, Looker, and some of those other things in a fun little game. But I guess it did so well that they said, screw it, let's make a full game. You know, instead of just kind of releasing this Birth of a New Duo to everyone outside Japan, just go for the full game off the bat. So that's actually pretty interesting right there. And then kind of developing into this whole movie theme. So this is actually becoming a lot more serious than I thought, even though the information is still kind of scattered. So I'm still trying to adapt to this, but after seeing, it's like, all right, I'm hyped for the game now, just off of seeing the props for the movie that's coming out over a year from now. That's pretty crazy. What other information we have? Special Pikachu and his friend Tim uncover the mysteries of Rhyme City in Detective Pikachu for systems of the Nintendo 3DS family. One of those things where it's like, yeah, main series Pokemon games have been confirmed to not be on Nintendo 3DS anymore, but we have it to where other Pokemon games, like spin-off titles, will still be viable on the Nintendo 3DS. Side by side, Tim and Pikachu will search for clues and talk to witnesses to investigate the disappearance of Tim's father, Harry. You're sure to encounter plenty of other interesting characters as you explore the big city. There's also Pokemon, fun stuff like that. So then, yeah, it's just a detective game. I actually never really played detective games. So yeah, even on the official Pokemon website, we don't really have much about the game. We get a game pitch, we see this, but it's also not like there. I was hoping for some information about the Japanese game because I haven't seen anything about it. I think a couple of stray tweets from Joe Merrick over the years, and I think that's it. So I didn't really know the direction of the game and everything else about it. And I was paying more attention to Pokemon Sun and Moon news back in 2016 than anything else. But even then, looking at the art gallery, that's why I like Detective Pikachu. It's a different form of the Pokemon world. It's different interactions, and I appreciate that. I love that about. Look at that! I can be served drinks by a Frillish. That's cool. Yanma as a cameraman, that's cool. All these characters in their Pokemon, like I saw this guy with the Manectric, this Ambipom that like hot dogs. I mean, the one thing we know about Machoke is that Machoke is always moving things around and helping build things. So that's pretty cool, but that's what I like about Pokken Tournament. Pokken Tournament, it shows a different style of battling. It shows different interactions in the Pokemon world. I love Pokemon Battle Revolution because Poketopia, that's the Pokemon dream. That's a really amazing technological place for Pokemon battlers. Like that is where you live your life as a competitive Pokemon battler. That is amazing. And then even with some of the Pokemon movies, that's why I really liked Destiny Deoxys. Even though the story itself and people can say what they want about the movie, the island was amazing. The battle arena and their setup for the trainers was awesome. So I like anything that expands upon the world of Pokemon that doesn't necessarily have to be the games or what you can pick up from the anime. That it seems like once they go outside of the core series game and the core part of the anime, we see Pokemon Generations expand, we see these spin-off games expand, and the Pokemon world just looks absolutely amazing, and that's being brought to the real world, which makes me very happy. So if you guys enjoyed the video, crazy Pokemon news update, awesome Pokemon news going on right here, and that's pretty much it. Comment your thoughts down below, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I said comment twice, so I'll just leave you here. Thank you very much for watching.